the last of a series of meetings we're having. So everything I'm saying, you would have heard before, maybe twice, maybe three times. But it's important to emphasize why we're gathered here today. At our last, at our next DNC meeting in Minneapolis in August, we will vote to elect 75 at-large DNC members and ratify Chair Martin's appointments to the standing committees. Today's election will help finalize a full proposed slate for that meeting. In May, Chair Martin released a partial slate of 60 at-large DNC member nominees and his initial appointments to the standing committees. The candidates you select today will be added to Chair Martin's slates for consideration and ratification by the full DNC in August. This process has been and is historic. It marks the first time that members of the DNC are playing a direct and significant role in shaping these slates. Actions like this are one more step towards democratizing the DNC. Together, we have the opportunity to ensure all votes are being heard, all voices are being heard in our party. Democracy is never simple and certainly cannot be accomplished alone. I want to thank you for your time and your participation today. Before we begin, we must establish a quorum, which is 40% of the membership in person or by proxy. We will determine the quorum by voting with Election Buddy, which is the same software you used for the vice chair vote in June and the technology we have used for voting today. I'll ask the staff to give us an overview of the voting system.
Thank you so much, Chair. And as Secretary Wright mentioned, hopefully everyone's feeling pretty good about this process so far. If you've participated in a bunch of these caucuses, thank you for bearing with us through these tutorials. Just want to make sure everyone feels comfortable with the voting system. So you all have received an email which contains your unique access key and password. It also includes the voting link. The voting link has also been placed in the email, so you can go ahead and, the Zoom chat, so you can go ahead and check that as well. If you go to the next slide, yep. So the voting link will take you to the ballot page of Election Buddy. All ballots will appear here throughout the meeting, and the voting link will remain the same. So once the votes are active, they'll just continue to appear on this page. During an active vote, the ballot page will have a button for you to click. It'll bring you right into your ballot. This example here is the quorum vote. And the first time you cast your vote, the system will ask you to log in with your unique access key, which is your email, and password, which is the 4-digit PIN that's been assigned to you. You've probably used it before, and it's in that email. If you keep the voting page open, you will not have to re-log in for every vote. It'll just populate with each new ballot, but don't worry if you close the browser, you get logged out, you can always log back in. So once you log in, you'll be brought to the ballot page where you make your selection. Once an option has been selected, the button on the right will turn blue and you can go ahead and click continue. Clicking continue will not cast your vote. This is because the next page gives you a chance to review your vote and edit it if necessary. And then once reviewed, go ahead and click submit ballot. And it'll take you to a confirmation page, which confirms you've successfully submitted your vote. You'll also get this via email. Go ahead and click next vote to move to the main ballot page, and the continuous ballots will keep popping up there. The quorum ballot is open, so keep clicking on those links and casting your votes. And Chair, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you. Members, the ballot is in your email and also in the Zoom chat. The ballot will remain open for 5 minutes. Please message election support in this chat if you have trouble accessing the ballot. Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Members, there are 2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes to cast your quorum ballot.
Members, the ballot is now closed. We will have a total for you momentarily. Members, we have a total. 39 quorum ballots have been cast. We have reached a quorum. Thank you very much for your participation in this part of the election process. Proposed rules from Chair Martin, overview and agenda. Our first order of business is to approve the proposed rules from Chair Martin for advisory election that will govern today's elections. We received the rules in the 7th day. You should have received the rules in the 7-day meeting notice. DNC staff will also put it in the chat. I'll go over some of the key components of the process now. The window for nominations closed on June 30th, and nominations will not be accepted from the floor. Before each vote, you'll have the chance to hear from the candidates joining us today. Candidates have been afforded the opportunity to share 1-minute remarks ahead of each election. We will elect our at-large DNC member first. Then we will move into standing committee elections in the following order: Credential Committee, Resolution Committee, then Rules and Bylaw Committee. As a reminder, these elections determine who will be added to Chair Martin's slate. No position is considered final until the full DNC membership meeting in August to vote to elect the new at-large nominees and ratify the standing committee appointments. Proxy votes will be accepted. All proxies were required to be submitted to the office of the secretary by Thursday, July 17th. No additional proxies or transfer of proxies will be accepted at this time. We will be utilizing a plurality system. The highest vote getter will win. If one person is nominated for an office, the chair can declare the nominee to be elected by acclamation. In the case of a tie, an additional ballot will be conducted between the two candidates receiving the highest number of votes. We will now vote to approve the proposed rules from Chair Martin for advisory election. The vote will be conducted exactly like the quorum vote. Please return to your voting page on your web browser or mobile device. The second vote will appear automatically. If you've been logged out of your voting account, don't worry, you can log back in by clicking the link in your email or in the chat. Before we move to a vote, does anyone have any questions or concerns? Staff, do we have any questions coming up in the chat?
Seeing none, Chair.
Thank you. Hearing no further questions, the proposed rules from Chair Martin for advisory election vote is now open. You have 5 minutes to cast your vote. Please message election support in the Zoom chat if you have any trouble finding the email with your ballot. Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Members, there are 2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes to cast your ballot.
Members, the ballot is now closed. We will have a total for you momentarily. Members, there were 37 votes were cast to approve the rules of procedure, and all 37 was approved. 37 votes were cast, 37 votes approved the change in procedure. We now thank you very much for all of those who participated. With our new rules, we can go into our election. Now we go to at-large member election. The following candidates have been nominated. Morgan Jameson. Morgan is a male candidate from Virginia. Colin Rieger. Colin is a male candidate from Colorado. Vivian Smotherman. Vivian is a female candidate from Colorado. Robert Vargas III. Robert is a male candidate from Texas. Candidates have been afforded the opportunity to share 1-minute remarks. When the candidate's name is called, they will be unmuted, and then 1 minute will begin. Once they have concluded their remarks, they will be muted again. We're going in alphabetical order. We will begin with Morgan Jameson. Morgan, your microphone has been unmuted. Please begin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Hi, I'm Morgan Jameson, he, him, a proud Virginian and unapologetically prouder Democrat. I served on the DNC from 2018 to 2020, representing the Young Democrats of America. So I know what it means to represent and be accountable to a constituency group. I know what it means to represent you, your voices, and views within the larger DNC. I also know that much of the work of the DNC happens outside of the DNC meetings. I've been organizing and advocating for our community for years. As a staffer for an openly gay state delegate, leading business outreach efforts for Equality Virginia, and CEO of the Equality Chamber of Commerce in our nation's capital, and a member of the U.S. delegation to World Pride 2023, ahead of our nation hosting last month. I believe that we need to be a party for something, not just against Republicans and Trump. We need to pull our values of inclusion, connection, and community front and center as we message for the midterms in 2024. I hope you'll consider me for your vote. Thanks.
Thank you, Morgan. Next, we will hear from Carolyn Rieger. And I hope I'm saying, I know I'm butchering your name, and I apologize for that. Your microphone has been unmuted. Please begin.
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Colin Rieger. Trust me, my name looks like Kaylin Rieger, but first name's Irish, last name is German. I am proud to be representing not just Avon, Colorado, the Western Slope and the Western region of the United States. I've been involved in the party now for 11 years, and I know as a 22 or 25-year-old, there's so much more time that I have to offer. In the past, I was a DNC delegate at the 2024 National Convention. I'm currently the National Committee rep for the great state of Colorado for Young Democrats of America, and I just got 8 people elected to National Caucus leadership at the convention that just concluded yesterday. I'm also on the CDP, so our Democratic Party, State Party, Central Committee, Resolutions Committee, Platform Committee, as well as the Secretary of my Congressional District 2. On top of that, I'm also running for local office, and I realized I'm at capacity. I'm already doing the work at the national level. So I am withdrawing my nomination, and I would like to say a special thank you to Steph for nominating me. And I would like to endorse Vivian from the great state of Colorado. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Colin. Am I understanding that you are withdrawing?
Yes, I would like to withdraw my nomination and endorse Vivian for the great state of Colorado.
Thank you very much. Next, we will hear from Vivian Smotherman from Colorado. Your microphone has been unmuted. Please begin, Vivian.
Hobia, hobia, hobia. Tear down the hemp stalks, eat up the old man, and throw the little girl in a sack. A folk tale my mother read to me. A farmer, a little girl, and a dog who barked to protect her. Every night the monsters came, and every morning the farmer punished the dog to protect his comfort and control the girl. Well, the monsters are coming for the trans community now, and if you put another farmer in this seat, you're saying the DNC still thinks we're helpless and need to be controlled. I'm not here to be controlled, and I'm not here to be silent. I'm here because every system we depend on is failing, and fixing systems is my life work. From healthcare to justice, housing to education, they're failing because the foundations of integrity and trust have been eroded away. We cannot govern without truth, and we cannot address problems we refuse to see. And finally, to my young Democrats so eager and anxious to take their seat at the table, know this: I am not here to claim power. I am here to clear the way. So please don't vote for someone to keep the peace. Send someone who knows how to take their hate and hold the line. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivian. Next, we'll hear from Robert Vargas III. Robert, your microphone has been unmuted. Please begin.
Hello, I'm the gay son and grandson of migrant workers in Texas, and I'm asking for your vote because I understand that we have hard work to do. When I was elected president of Texas Stonewall, I said, no more Mr. Nice Gay, and I meant it. I understand that this role means fighting for our community, showing folks that they belong and their voice matters. We are the party of working people. And the only thing standing between our communities and the failed leadership of Trump and his cronies. Republicans are trying to erase us and dismantle our democracy. We can't let them. We often say, El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. The people united will never be defeated. So today, I'm respectfully asking for the opportunity to unite and fight alongside you all.
Thank you, Robert. That concludes the nominating speeches for our candidates for DNC at-large member. The at-large member vote is now open. Please return to the voting page on your web browser or a mobile device. The vote will appear automatically. If you've been logged out of your voting account, don't worry. You can log back in by clicking either the link in your email or in the chat. You have 5 minutes to cast your vote. Thank you. We'll be back in shortly.
Members, there are 2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes to cast your ballot.
Members, the ballot is now closed. We will have a total for you momentarily. Thank you. Okay, we have the results. 38 votes were cast. Vivian Smotherman had 13 votes. Morgan Jameson has 12. Robert Vargas III has 11.5. Vivian Smotherman has received the most votes. Congratulations. You're pending the election approval in August. You'll be a member of the LGBTQ caucus and a member of the LGBT caucus, which is great. It's great to have full representation on our caucus. The following candidates we're going to go to the credentials committee member election. The following candidates have been nominated for the female credential committee position. First is Clara Lucas. Clara is a female DNC member from Washington, D.C. The second person nominated is Karen Payne. Karen is a female DNC member from Massachusetts. Candidates have been afforded the opportunity to share 1-minute remarks. We will begin with Claire Lucas. Claire, your microphone has been unmuted and you are recognized to speak.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow caucus family. My name is Claire Lucas. I'm a very proud member of the LGBTQ community, and I'm running for our caucus credentials seat. I want to thank everybody who took the time to read my emails or respond to my phone calls, and also to lend early support. One of the greatest aspects of running for this seat has been connecting with old friends and meeting new, incredible DNC members. I'm more excited about our party now than I have been in a very long time. Some of my relevant experience for this seat includes being a member of the DNC for 8 years, serving as the vice chair, one of the vice chairs on the LGBTQ caucus. I founded and chaired the LGBTQ Council at the DNC to quantify the work that our community was doing in terms of raising money for the party, raising money for candidates, and I think that's been very effective. And I've also served on the DNC Credentials Committee and the DNC Convention Credentials Committee. We as a party must fight for the values of fairness, equity, and inclusion, and that means we must have members on the Credentials Committee who will lead with courage, conviction, and hard work. I have fought for these values my whole life. I've known many of you for quite a few years, and I've demonstrated that I show up, do the work, and produce results. I respectfully ask you for your support today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claire. Next, we'll hear from Karen Payne. Karen, your microphone has been unmuted. Please begin.
For taking the time to be here this afternoon. I am very honored to be running for the female seat for the Credentials Committee. And I hope you all had taken the chance to review my emails, listen to my voicemails, and I especially would like to thank those who took the time to speak with me and share their concerns and their questions. The Credential Committee, it plays a critical role in protecting our integrity of our party, but by ensuring fairness to delegate selection, and reviewing disputes with objectivity and transparency. I bring that commitment to this work, backed by my experience serving with the Massachusetts Democratic Party's Credentials and Bylaws and Rules Committees. That work prepared me to serve with integrity, uphold our values, and ensure all voices are represented fairly. Running isn't always about an individual winning or losing. It's about building community within our community. Thank you all for your consideration, and thank you all for your dedication to this caucus and to our party.
Thank you, Karen. That concludes nominated speeches for our candidates for DNC Credentials Committee. The Credential Committee member vote is now open. Please return to the voting page in your web browser or your mobile device. The vote will automatically appear. If you have been logged out of your voting account, don't worry, you can log back in by clicking either the link in your email or in the chat. You have 5 minutes to cast your vote. Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Members, there are 2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes to cast your ballots.
Higston. Members, the ballot is now closed. We will have a total for you shortly. Okay, we have the totals for this, for the Credentials Committee member. Claire Lucas, there were 39 votes cast. Claire Lucas has 32.5 votes. Karen Payne has 5 votes. Congratulations, Claire. We now move to, pardon the thunder in the background, it's thundering where I am here in Florida. We're moving to the Resolutions Committee member election. The following candidate has been nominated for the male DNC Resolution Committee member position. Samuel Valches Santiago is a male DNC member from Florida. Samuel, you have 1 minute to address the committee. Your microphone has been unmuted and you can you are recognized to speak.
Hold on one second, Samuel. I'm going to go ahead and click the unmute button. There you go.
Okay, there you go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. This is Samuel Vilches Santiago. I'm the chair of the Orange County Democratic Party here in Orlando, Florida. And I am also a DNC member since 2023 when I was first elected by our Florida State Executive Committee. I've been involved in the party since I was pretty much in high school. And I'm super excited about this opportunity to serve the LGBTQ caucus in the Resolutions Committee. I want to thank particularly Lauren Saxon and Alan Clendenin for their nomination, and also Claire Lucas for her encouragement, and also congratulate everybody who's been elected, including Jeff Strader from the state of Texas, who was elected yesterday from the Southern Caucus to serve in the Resolutions Committee. I look forward to working with you all to make sure that we have some good representation in the Resolutions Committee moving forward, understanding the intersectionality of our caucus and how critical the fight ahead is for all of us. Again, thank you so much, and I look forward to meeting you all in Minneapolis.
Thank you, Samuel. The deadline for nominations for this position was June 30th. At that time, we received one nomination. Pursuant to Rule 2.A, Samuel is not elected by an acclamation. Congratulations, Samuel. You are the male LGBTQ caucus represented on the Chair Martin's Resolution Committee slate. We will now move on to the election for Rules and Bylaws Committee member. The following candidates have been nominated for the Male Rules and Bylaws Committee position. Nathan Higdon. Nathan is a male DNC member from Tennessee. And then we also have Henry Munoz. Henry is a male DNC member from Texas. The candidates have been will be afforded an opportunity to share 1 minute remarks. Speaking orders have been determined alphabetically by last name. Nathan, your microphone has been unmuted and you are recognized to speak.
Hey, y'all. I am Nathan Higdon. I was elected vice chair of Tennessee and into the DNC on January 25th. My first impression was the mess of an election in National Harbor. I'd like to thank all the nominees for running in this caucus today. And I want folks, and I'm really looking for folks who meet the zeitgeist, this moment of our party, y'all. I am from rural East Tennessee. I grew up in poverty, abject poverty, and I clawed my way into the middle class. I am the modern Democratic Party, folks. I want efficient national processes while I'm out here in the trenches in rural Appalachia. We don't want pity. We need desperate investment into our people throughout the South and throughout rural areas, which is most of the country. My interests are election integrity, in-person electronic voting, and concise and clearer rules moving forward to rebuild trust in our brand. It is 2025. Our party has moved forward, so must the DNC. Thank you so much for your time and your consideration.
Thank you, Nathan. Next, we'll hear from Henry Munoz. Henry, your microphone has been unmuted. Please begin.
Thank you, Chairman, and thanks to all of you for being here and for everything that you do. Happy Sunday. I've been sitting here this morning thinking about what I wanted to tell you about why this is important to our caucus and why this position is important to me. I've always been a person whose best contributions have come from sitting in rooms, working with people collaboratively to work out solutions to very difficult issues and environments. That's my strength. I'm a good designer of change and transformation in American institutions and industries. But I also know that you can't do that by yourself. So I've greatly enjoyed the conversations I've had with so many of you over the course of the last few weeks, sharing your ideas. And I feel like I will be a good representative for our caucus to the Rules and Bylaws Committee. I can't tell you today that I understand every change, everything that needs to be codified or preserved. That would be a disservice to our conversations. But I can tell you that I'll be sitting in rooms where collaboration and conversation, and maybe sometimes fighting, demands an understanding of our charter, our mission, our voice, and our importance. And that presence has to be felt on day one. So if you give me your vote today, if you elect me, I promise that I'll do my best to rethink the way that the DNC conducts its business, and that work has to begin right now. I thank you for listening, and I thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Henry. That concludes nominated speeches for candidates for DNC Rules and Bylaws Committee nominees. The Rules and Bylaws Committee member vote is now open. Please return to the voting page in your web browser or mobile device. The vote will appear automatically. If you have logged out of your voting account, don't worry, you can log back in by clicking either the link in your email address or in the chat. You have 5 minutes to cast your vote. Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Members, there are 2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes to cast your ballots. Thank you.
Members. Members, the ballot is now closed. We will have a total for you momentarily. We have the results of the balloting. 39 votes were cast. Henry Munoz received 32.5 votes. Nathan Hogden received 4.5. Henry Munoz has received the most votes and has been therefore elected to the position on the Rules and Bylaws Committee. Congratulations to Henry and to everyone who's actually ran and willing to stand for positions within the DNC. We can thank you all for your work and your dedication. Congratulations to those elected to the chairman, Chair Martins at large and standing committee slates. Your service is appreciated and essential to the work ahead. And thank you all for your meaningful participation in this process. Today's meeting was one step towards, and I'm sorry, today's meeting was one step forward in our continued efforts to build a more inclusive and representative Democratic Party. We're the last meeting, and therefore the slates have been prepared, and we will vote for them in August in Minneapolis. I look forward to seeing you in Minneapolis. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.